Hello everybody, we're going to do a quick coin shop haul video today. Went and visited my local coin shop, LCS, picked up a few things, and I'm going to just show you what I got. So, my LCS puts aside things in our manager's special area for things that they don't necessarily specialize in, which is mostly bullion. And then I come in sometimes and find some nice stuff, and I pick it up at pretty low prices. And so I'm going to start off with some of the foreign coins that I got. Get these kind of out here first. So first up, got this 1984 Canadian commemorative. Now, one of the things you got to watch for on this particular coin is that it looks an awful lot like the other Canadian dollar coins that are 80% silver, but these in particular are 50% silver, so you kind of got to keep an eye out for that. I'll show you, if I have one handy, what one of the normal ones look like. It's got a very similar design, except this one's got Toronto skyline in the background, as opposed to the traditional Voyager in the background. So this is one of the older 80% ones. So you see, like, it could be confused pretty easily if you're not paying close attention. And there's about 22 and change worth of silver in that one, and there's about $13 worth of silver in that one at today's spot prices. So it's a pretty important difference if you're going to be picking those up. Sorry for the clanging. So that's one of the things I picked up today. I also picked up an 80% dime, 1960 silver dime. I picked up a sixpence, 1943 British sixpence. Another small one I got was this Philippines 10 centavos, 1944. And then some of the little bit nicer ones. Sorry about bumping the camera. The nicer ones here, got a half Balboa, 1953. Those are 90% silver, which is nice because they just put that right on there. 12.5 grams, 90% silver. Half Balboa. Also got a full Balboa, 1934. A little bit bigger coin. 26.73 grams of 90%. I really like the reverse design on this one. And a Philippines 1 peso, which, if I remember correctly, these are 80%. They're not the 90%. Actually, the older ones might be. I'd have to go look it up, but silver nonetheless. And minted in the US as well. Also picked up this sterling 1976 Olympic Canadian coin. 1973, I guess. These are a little bit hard to resell sometimes. You got to find the right buyers for these. So I hesitate sometimes to pick those up just because I end up holding on to them a long time. I did sell one in a recent show, but like it's comparable to some of these. Like you got to find the right person to come along and want these Bahamas coins as well. Similar size, similar composition in regards to silver weight, but can be a little bit tough. So I have that one, and another one I have that's kind of hanging around for a while is this one from the Virgin Islands. So for stacking, they're fine. It's silver weight, but if you're trying to resell them or you want to be able to flip them quickly if you need to, those are a little bit more difficult to get a decent price for. Picked up this real nice 2025 Year of the Snake Australian half-ounce 4/9 fine coin. These, on the other hand, are not particularly hard to move. A lot of people like these designs. They like the snake feature on those, so those tend to be pretty easy. Also picked up this 10-gram Valcombi bar, which has all this muck, but that's just on the case. I think I'm going to take it out of this plastic covering because there will be a nice, clean 10-gram Valcombi bar underneath that. Oh, here's another foreign that I got, which is a South African. This is in really great condition, too. South African 50-cent piece from 1963. That's about 1750 or so in melt as of today. But there's quite a bit of numismatic value in these, particularly people who like to collect foreign silver. Other couple of small things I picked up. I got this 10th ounce Onza. These have a pretty high premium. And so you can get, for the collectors of these fractional Onzas, I'm sorry, Libertads. It says Onza on there, and I was reading it while I was talking. These can carry a pretty high premium. Even these 1/10ths can sell upwards of $20, well above the silver melt value. And the same with these Geiger 1 grams. Those can fetch quite the premium as well. And I picked up, I think, 3 of those. There's 2 of them. One of them fell over here. So 3 of those. So that's all the silver I picked up today at the coin shop. But I did pick up a couple of other things which are a little bit more unusual for what I do. But because I also sell on Whatnot, which there'll be a description in the links below, or there'll be a link in the description below. That's dyslexic. I picked stuff up that I think will go over well with like the buck and go style of many of those auctions. And so I got a bunch of these mint sets, mint editions, quarter sets. And so it's just the state quarters, but in a nicer packaging, good condition. If people are looking to fill out books with nicer coins, I guess they could crack them out of there. But it's really like $1.25 of quarters in nice packaging. And again, for people who are trying to fill out a set or something, these would be a nice pickup. I can do these for buck and go and not lose a ton of money. And people still get a good deal on them. In some cases, they could get more than what they pay in just face value. But there's a bunch of these that are just the Philadelphia and the Denver editions. So got the Denvers. But then mixed in with some of these were the Platinum Edition coins, which can fetch a little bit more of a premium. They are electroplated with platinum, and particularly the 2009s. The 2009s was a lower minted year in general for these coins, and so having not only the 2009s, but also the Platinum Edition of 2009s, those will fetch a little bit of a premium over face value. And then also had some of the gold editions as well, same story. And so I'm hoping that the money I lose on some of these ones that are going to go for $1 or even $2 after fees, I'm not going to make anything on a lot of these, but perhaps on a few of the platinum and gold editions that are included in here, I can make up at least a little bit of profit on those. Similar story, I picked up a whole lot of these state quarter booklets. So they're just got a little bit of information in them about the state, and then the front and back showing of the state quarters themselves. And so these are great for kids. They're also, again, great for people who are trying to pick up nice versions of things for their quarter books. And so, they have some, at some point sold for $5 a piece, $6 a piece. I don't expect to get anywhere near that on these, but again, I can do these for buck and goes, and sometimes that helps people to get through their shipping costs or whatever and come up with some face value coins. I could even do 2 at once and not lose too terribly on those. It helps people to cover shipping and things like that in those shows. So I ended up with 44 of these boxes and 53 of the other state quarter sets, in addition to the silver that I picked up today. I'm going to be doing a number of haul videos and unboxing videos from the things that I purchased on Whatnot. I may also end up doing some of the some shows in regards to how my Whatnot channel was built and how I'm doing in that. Relatively new in that as well. So subscribe for more videos like this. Appreciate you watching this one. Peace out.